Dick nipples.
Good evening, everybody. Dan tonight, as always, has given us the greeting that we've become to expect. Tonight we have a sad but also exciting episode ahead of us with the farewell to the Feywild and perhaps a hello to whatever awaits them back in Trankarsia. Otherwise, I hope everybody has settled in, has popcorn or their favorite snack ready, because Dan has already said that it might be a tearjerker of an episode, even if it's just from Finry's sake.
I just mentioned jerky, okay?
Oh, Dan. It's always good to have Thursday together. Oh, beautiful. Is there any announcements tonight that we should keep in mind before we continue?
I think that it's important to go to the same place you always should when buying any kind of tabletop gear, and that is Behold Games, our fantastic sponsor.
Thank you, Behold Games.
Do head there and use... Oh, why isn't my thing working? I'll get a link in the chat shortly. But jump there, get 10% off, help support the stream, and what a fantastic local Australian business.
Bless you.
Emphasized with an explosive enthusiasm by Mark.
And the other one is, don't forget we have our Patreon. There is a one-shot has been put up there recently. Do jump on and check it out. Subscribers can get in there and have a look.
I've definitely been writing some more on the side and lots of other interesting things in the works.
Good. Yeah, that's good fun. That's all from me.
Excellent. Well, with that, as we get the pleasantries out of the way, let's jump in to our intro video before we start tonight's telling the Seven Rings. And we're back. Welcome, everybody, to tonight. As the sun begins to set on the newly remade Feywild, a smell of freshly cut grass seems to permeate from the entire plain.
Smiley day to you all.
The woodlands quiver, the ancient treants stirring in the woods that had seen many eons of magic. As you all feel your bodies, you start to understand what happened to you in that brief glimpse of eternity that you witnessed as Anubis remade you all. As you stare around, the corpses of the witches now but smoke on the wind. Also, in that same vein, you look at where your old companion once stood and now see but a pile of ashes, all that remains of harm's sacrifice. As you begin to take sight of the world that's been created, you see the Archfey Zabilna approaching you all. The barriers that now once stood between each of the different areas of the Feywild dissipated. the puzzle that stumped you for an entire session obliterated in an instant as Zybilna walked up to you, a look of utter perplexion, if that is a word to use in that vein, on her face as she looks to you and asks, What happened here? In 1 second, the world was falling apart, and the next, it was all as it was.
It was Anubis, my lady.
And the
The
cows.
sacrifice. It's the sacrifice of our friends. And I look over at the pile of ash of harm. He gave himself to Anubis to stop the hags and restore the Feywild to what it was before the Hourglass Coven took over.
Zybilna, one of our own, sacrificed themselves to return your realm and yourself to it.
I'm so sorry that you lost your friend for the Feywild. It is a truly sad affair.
Is there
He will be
anything that
honoured.
can be done?
He will be honored. I dare not meddle where Anubis has had his will be known.
I think he'd like a statue at least.
If that is what he would have liked, as she looks around to the rest of you,
Yes.
I think that can be done. How tall was he in the end?
It was probably
15,
maybe like
16 feet?
it was like 4'7".
Right. Maybe I'll aim for the average of those two answers.
Sure.
Somewhere in there, we should have a decent, normal sized person.
Well, I'll gather up some of the ash and like maybe some of this should be put into the materials used for the statue. Maybe like a nice like solid gold statue of or like a gold layering on like a regular statue.
Like 24
I feel like there should be a
plated gold or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a wing of a hospital named after him, like he was a healer.
Yeah,
but
the Palace Infirmary.
What are we thinking? Harm's Hospital or Harm's Way or
Hospital of
Holy
Harm.
or
Maybe just keep the wing, the hospital thing as it was. Just have like a nice plaque, plaque.
I think every doctor going forward should take what's known as the Harmocratic Oath,
I
and
like
they
this
should
idea.
vow to do no harm. It's canon, Dave. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's worth this whole episode by itself, I think.
I like that idea. That seems like a fitting tribute, as well as the statue, like the big statue.
I think so. We'll sort of put him out the front, and maybe we'll put little stairs around his statue, and we'll just have a big harm written up on the entrance, and it will always be welcome to those that wish to be served under it. Flesh not guaranteed. Could be a byline.
Just while this dialogue's happening, after hearing or seeing Finri grab some of the ashes, Archie walks over to the pile of what was harm and sort of picks up some in his hand and watches it run through his fingers. Just a quiet moment, him saying goodbye, but at the same time, he grabs hold of the last bit and puts it in a small bag to take away.
He's gonna snort that.
When he needs like a power boost, he just pops the lid.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Necrotic energy just like emanates from it, like Cyndaquil's like thing on his back, just like flaring up.
You're giving me so many ideas now.
Can we have the statue, but with a you gotta have the skeleton arm, right? Everything else can be cloaked. The skeleton arm reaching but very sort of Marvel-esque. This constant illusion of
It,
the
Ooh.
I don't feel so good scattering, but at
Maybe
the
I
time
can.
reaching into the portal.
Wow.
That moment
Well,
captured
yeah, no.
forever.
well, I'll be here. I'll make sure that it gets done properly.
What do you mean you'll be here, Finry?
Well, I made the deal, and I was only your guide whilst you guys were here. I made a deal with that tree thing.
That tree thing. But I remember the tree thing. Well, part of me remembers the tree thing, but that was in a forgotten Feywild. Yes? Did we not just have
no.
the whole land just
I'm
cleanse
pretty
itself?
sure big ancient destructive tree thing probably would have been brought back.
Oh, remind me again. I've known so many of them. What was his name?
Oh, that's a good. I just remember he was near where the Bullywog place
Listen,
was.
I have a lot of important contextual information that I can provide to you, as long as you can tell me which one of the many catalogs.
He was
trees.
he was in a box. He was in a box. He was trapped
Again,
inside
not
the
really
box.
narrowing it down too much. The filters are very expensive.
There was an illithid in a library that Harm and I brained. That was pretty funny. We made calamari. It was awesome. Jesus, what was its fucking name?
I
Hey, DM,
remember
what was
its
its name?
listen, I'm trying to think of it now too. I remember it was awful. I remember it had did it have like a guttural G in it or something?
Yeah. It was like it was a nasty thing. It was yeah.
Henceforth, name redacted.
Name redacted.
Harsh G.
It's tree who should not be
I
named.
it's
Tree who could not
close.
be named.
I'm close in the notes.
Well, if you can reinforce it with us once we get there, but as
Was
you
it before Jingle Jangle?
I think it was before Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, it was well early on.
Gifts at the top of the hill.
It was near around the Bullywog stuff.
It was when we first met the first hag.
Yeah, well, no, it was the end of the Bullywogs. No, but the Bullywogs were after Jingle Jangle, weren't they? Because Jingle Jangle.
Yes, the
and then
Bullywogs were after. Yeah. Was that a different tree, or was it?
Man, imagine like people just jumping on the
No,
street.
because it was
Bullywog,
in
Jingle
the-
Jangle.
It was in the hag's hut.
Yeah.
That's where you
that was a
uncovered
session I
trees.
missed.
All right, as our note keeper resident, you've really just lost this tree's name to history. This lies
It'll
with
be
you,
in the
Mark.
notes somewhere. It'll be in the notes somewhere. I'm pretty sure I have decent notes somewhere. Dragons.
If I didn't take
no.
notes, it didn't fucking happen.
So, yes, I understand. That I remember him. He was always a character, but as I now recall, the events that you do speak of did not occur in my memory, and by your estimation, I should have been there for that. At least how we got there. It is not a memory that I share for the history of this world, Finry.
Chris Kryzarth.
Indeed.
Kryzarth was the tree's name. I've got
Kryzarth.
that tree wants to eat us. Kryzarth.
Chrysler.
If
Mary
I, as the
Chrysler.
Archbay, am the keeper of the promises in this place, whatever promise you made does not exist in this space and time.
Yeah, but it was going to be the easy out. Like narratively, that was going to be how I was going to have to stay and do stuff. And I did make the deal and all of that stuff. And I'm just really good at the Feywild side of things. I don't know how it go on the material plane. Plus, I'm pretty sure, you need a chef around here and someone needs to supervise the construction of farm statue.
I'm not standing between you and whatever professional goals you have, Finry. I'm just telling you that from my point of view, you are free to follow the life that you wish, not the life that is forced upon you.
Yeah, because also,
Finry.
when they get back to Trankarsia, there'll be the other Finry, and it'll just be really hard to play two characters at the same time. They're exactly the same person. People will get confused.
Finry, you must understand that magic is weird, huh?
Yeah, shit's whack, yo.
I agree.
Finry.
Sometimes life teaches you lessons you were not ready to learn.
This is your home, right? I can appreciate that if this home of yours is now free of any kind of tyranny, that you may very well want to stay and enjoy it, to make a life for yourself here. You've got no
You were
obligation to
hunting for
come with
truffle.
us and find more trouble.
Well,
Truffle.
no, I've got. Well, no, it's I've got the mushroom that I was after, the rainbow mushroom. I've got the holy spud. It's just Sabilna, do you know where the beef of Wagyu is?
Oh, yes. How did you know about that?
It came to me in a chef's dream.
No, but I was gonna, like, it was a bit of a joke, but I had, for the cows, I found our best cut. A prophecy, to be sure, but it awaits you in the kitchens.
Well, let's save some talking for a bit. I'm going to go and start cooking. Do you guys want some stew? Stew for dinner? Stew for dinner? Sabilna? Stew for dinner? Yeah,
I've
stew for
been
dinner.
waiting for this meal for about
have-
14 months now, Finry.
Yeah, time to be weird in the
It
Feywild.
really is.
I have set aside a private chef's kitchen for you. I have also invited many of our fabled guests that I think you have met throughout your journey. They will be dining with us shortly, and I hope you do not mind, but I think you might be feeding a lot of them.
I look at the one mushroom that I've got and the one potato. Well, I mean, I can do this other stuff for them, but this was more just for my friends. So
Trust that the Feywild will provide, Finry. You should know by now that this place provides for its people.
that's right. Oh, I'll be like that Jesus guy who made like a lot of fish and bread out of nothing. Yes.
Indeed. We
Story
could call
Fable
you
with Zeus.
Finsis or something. Yes.
Fin's,
we could-
just the same stick with Finry.
Finry, right. If you have
Finry
any more
hates
names
flat
for
top.
some reason. Fantastic. Well, the banquet hall
Get
is
some
set.
real Last Supper vibes around Easter and bunnies. And
Holy shit!
Hop
It's only
forward
the-
in the light.
Anyone want some chocolate?
Oh,
We're going to leave with Finry on a crucifix.
Oh fuck!
so
with Agden long
It's
scarf.
It's gonna be what one of them will deny that they know me, the other one's gonna betray me, and then I'm gonna get fucking crucified. It was always gonna end this way, Finry. Oh, all right. I am going to rush off to the kitchens and start chefing.
as you jump through the cutscene, you see the little blurb jump up as the loading screen approaches, and you sort of begin reading. Legend has it that the magical Wagyu was found in a mystical hidden valley nestled deep in the heart of the mountains. The valley was shrouded in a dense fog that obscured its location from the most intrepid explorers. And the scene loads in, and you find yourself in a chef's outfit. Describe your chef's look.
It's literally just what I usually wear.
Have you tied your ears back?
Oh yeah, no, I have a hairnet. Just my ears are just bundled up in it. But I'm like, if there's anyone else in the kitchen, they're being run through the ringer at the moment because when he's
Nice.
like in charge of other people, he's a real Gordon Ramsay. He's like, no, you fucking twat.
Come with the fry pan.
Yeah.
And as you do so, you have this massive piece of Wagyu sitting just still cool from its refrigeration, glistening with just the beautiful color of this meat as you begin to work your magic. Can you roll?
Was it an endless cut of meat? Was that the...
I mean,
premise of the-
effectively, for the sake of time, you begin to just cut and cut and cut, each piece seemingly better than the last as you continue to find more and more of this amazing ingredient.
Ain't no offcuts in this one.
No. This is just pure perfection. As the people around you begin to sweat and they begin to rush, and somehow the mushrooms keep being pulled out of the basket. as the Feywild begins to again return to its previous state of abundance, as more and more of these ingredients just start to come into your kitchen. Is there anything else you would like to share while you go through your cooking adventure, Finry?
No, just a lot of swearing. A lot of swearing. Like you guys have Finry can be pretty foul-mouthed sometimes, but this is just another level. Like if there was a HR department in the Feywild, he'd be getting written up.
You just see Archie sitting, just watching Finry, but just like having never seen him cut sick like that before.
Yeah, you guys have had like the bare bones shit that has just been in his pantry of holding.
I turned to Rafe and like, have you ever seen Finry like this before? This is insane.
Seems in his element.
Why has he never cooked like this before for us? Is it just this magic mushroom that he's so buzzed about?
And this incredible cut of Wagyu.
That makes
He's
sense.
dealing with top shelf ingredients here.
You just hear you fucking muppet, and you see a pan fly across the kitchen at someone. That's not how you peel a potato.
As you begin to rampage and the day wears on, you get to the point where the people start to arrive, and it's the moment you've been waiting for, and all of your dishes start to come out. And this is where I'm going to need you to roll a check for plating.
A plating check.
So roll me. So what skill do you think you're using to wrangle your fleet of helpers?
Intimidation.
No. It'd be the persuasion. It'd be like, listen, guys, if you do this, like, we'll have a good night later on.
Suddenly we're going to negotiations.
Yeah, no. They've had the stick all day. Time for the carrot.
Right. This is how you win them at the end. The delivery.
Yeah. I've made more than enough, and I'll make sure we all have some. Like, you guys all get some as well, not just for the hoity-toity nobles that are coming in from who knows where. It's going to be like it'll be proof of a job well done by all of you. I know that you've done a good job because I've done a good job.
This is how your kitchen staff ends up with like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Yes, chef.
Shut your fucking mouth, you twat.
Roll that with advantage, please.
A persuasion check?
Yes. I'll allow you to tell your story. Here we go.
Yeah, 27. No, 27's the higher one.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
I
really
have plus
did
10 to
good on
persuasion. I have plus 1 to.
Somehow you do manage to convince this squad of mostly teenagers to do their bidding, and you begin to serve. As the rest of you enter the banquet hall, the savory aroma of the magical beef wagyu just wafts into your nose. Finry, what were the other two ingredients, and how did you incorporate them into the stew?
Yeah, so I don't know how to make stew properly because I HelloFresh for like the last year and a half, so it's just like, everything tells me what to do.
Surely.
I've had stew with mushroom in it before. Potatoes perfectly boiled, added into the stew, the holy spud, soaking up all the flavors of the stew, the mushroom as well. It's like the mushroom itself was rainbow, and when you look at the stew, there's kind of a rainbow swirl all through it, but it's not an unpleasant one, not like an oil slick or anything.
Right.
You look at it and it's like, ooh, and you kind of get mesmerized by it. Almost don't want to eat it. It looks that cool.
But then it hypnotizes you into eating it.
Yeah, exactly. If you've ever seen a dish before that wants to be eaten, this dish wants to be eaten.
Nice. It's trying to convince you that it should be eaten.
Yeah.
Finry, are you doing any like Heston Blumenthal as you prepare it? It also comes with like sea salt spray that you would spritz around and go.
I'm not some bourgeois fucking chef. I'm salt of the earth.
reminds me of The Menu. I don't know if you guys have watched that, but it was
No.
brilliant. It's like almost
No.
this exact premise.
No, like if you look at this stew and like you just know you're about to be transported to Flavortown. Like this.
Finnery's back there with the spiked hair.
Yeah, it's just like please.
What if someone complains? What if someone doesn't like your stew? What happens?
Impossible.
That's what the hook's for.
Yeah. As each of you sit down, you just are drawn in by the soup.
I put the plates down in front of Rafe and Archie, and my thumb's sticking in it. Oh, guys, there's a hair in your soup. And I walk away.
As you guys sit down and the soup just pulls you in, you begin to be drawn in, and I think as you're served, the soup by its very design is irresistible. The pieces of it far too good to not be overcome by the joy of having the opportunity to consume them. As you smell this beef, it is the only thing that you ever want to fill your nostrils. As your spoon dives deep into the liquid, you see it's such rich soup that you just cannot wait to taste all of the complexity. And as you do so, you are transported in that moment to everything that was beautiful about the Feywild. As you taste the first step into this world that was so completely foreign, but yet charmed you at every corner. Your first drink at the tavern that walked through the marshlands. The library hidden in the middle of the space. The empire of frogs that stood the test of time, even while trying to murder each other every single day of their lives. Stepping through and exploring the giant trees that now house an entire town of different creatures and gangs that formed around rivalries through the cities. And you think of the unicorns that wait for travelers to get really high with them and prance around the lakes. The Feywild tastes of wildness and chaos, but also of charm and trust and whimsy. And in that one bite, you realize that somehow Finnery has cooked the essence of this place into the dish itself. And every bite sends memories rushing through your mind. What would be... I would love to just hear a memory of each of yours that sort of this soup brings forward of the Feywild for your character.
Archie flashes on the lonely old keeper of treasures or something in that cave who was able to give us, each of us, one particular item, but he was too scared to leave. And just seeing the expression of I guess freedom on his face when he was handed the weasel key.
Amazing. Anybody else?
I'm transported right back to the very beginning of our Feywild adventure as the circus comes to town from the Fey and bringing with it all the magic, the coaches pulled by butterflies. That was just the beginning of an epic adventure.
And Finnery, in your last couple of months with the party, do you taste your own stock?
Oh, 100%.
It is his own stock.
Yeah. It's not one moment for Finnery. It's all of the moments that he's experienced and shared with the party. He left home for adventure and to find a group of people that he could call friends and relied on him. There was some ups and downs along the way. Like, Harm trying to kill him the first time that he met him. And then Harm trying to kill him when he left the party to go steal from Agdon Longscarf. But then he remembers the chance that he was given by the party, albeit under duress. He made a promise to a god that he wouldn't leave the party whilst they're in the Feywilds. And he thinks back all the misadventures and the fun and the laughs, and especially getting high with the unicorn. That was like top tier. And then he also thinks that Harm would have liked this, but Harm's, still part of this, part of the stew. And he pats the ashes that he had not given to anyone that's in his pocket. And remembers how he sprinkled Harm's ashes into the stew, so he would always be a part of the party and the Feywilds.
Did you serve it with a nice Chianti?
No, it's just ashes. It's just like a slight smoky flavor to the stew.
Oh no!
It pairs well with a nice Baros and Shiraz.
Slightly peaty with the necrotic nature.
It's a weird thing to behold, but as you look around you, the people start to tear up as they also look around and remember all of the things that the people around them have done, and the sense of community in that room that night is really strong. It is a night that follows any good meal, one that requires a follow-on because everybody's having too much of a good time to end it there. As the party continues to enjoy the group that surrounds them, you begin to see all of the familiar faces and the people that you have experienced along the way. You see Clapperclaw there, looking at you guys, give you guys a little wave as he sits there with his real head that he's finally excited. You see a few of the bullywogs that have sent a little emissary party, and they're dressed in their little top hat, little bow tie, everything looking real professional, as one of them stabs another one quickly, puts on their hat, and the ruse continues.
Is the king still the king? Have you found that out?
Yeah, doubtful. Statistically unlikely. Although we might have a flashback there if we ever want to see the thrilling conclusion of the Frog Saga number 14. As you see all the familiar faces that have helped you get to where you are today. You see the little fairy dragon who you saw initially and freed from his cage.
Sir Talus?
Talavar.
And begin to reminisce and celebrate the good old times. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, while there's revelries going on, Archie, I want to find my way over to... I never know whether to speak in first or third person. I find my way over towards Zybilna if she's still hanging around, mingling.
She's sort of somebody that most people are a bit scared of approaching, so you probably find her quite alone, surprisingly, given how sort of high up she is. But she's just been watching quietly, enjoying a bit of peace outside of the prison cell that she had.
I approach with a fair amount of respect and healthy fear.
She pats to a chair next to her, and she grabs her glass of the fairy wine and just takes a sip.
Will you be safe here now, Zybilna?
I fear that there is danger coming across all of our lands. Yours, you may not understand it yet, but is in a similar circumstance. If Anubis has brought the war here, then the war has been far-reaching. I believe that I'll be as safe here as I'll be anywhere, but I don't think safety is something that is guaranteed anymore for us.
Yeah, you you raise an interesting point that when we get back to our home, that it will be drastically changed, and no doubt we'll be up against something potentially even more powerful than what had what's the right word, entrapped you in this forsaken place.
If Anubis could have done that to our world and he was on our side, I shudder to think what's coming if Gragnell is given but a second to enact his will upon this world.
How do we defeat him, Sibilna?
I think as anything, we have to take this big problem and we have to start beating it in chunks, because we cannot muster a force bigger than Gragnell, but we can weigh the odds in Anubis's favor. Is there anything you think you can do back home that would bring hurt and pain towards this creator, this being of evil?
We're pretty good at annoying people, and annoying those that... getting in the way of those that seek to harm others and cause destruction. So I don't think that'll be a problem, finding the right avenue to take. But I wonder if perhaps you have heard of or have in your possession anything or know of anyone that might make that process just a little bit easier for us to take on.
I'll have to consider that. You have done us a great favor. There is not many resources I would spare in our fight here, but I will take it into consideration and I'll think on it. Come to me before you leave and we shall discuss.
I appreciate it. I do have one more question to ask you, if I may.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you familiar with the one who trades in memories?
Then she rings a bell. There's someone who I once heard about who whispers mostly, came through our world. You understand that to Fae stories of things that don't make any sense are about as common as breathing to them. But this one has always stuck out in my mind. What do you know of them?
We came across this person at the carnival before finding the gateway into the Feywild. And something about them just has my interest piqued. There is something there, some question that I need to ask. There is answers that they have which I need.
I mean, in the way you're going, you're asking for big favors from gods and enacting mighty wills upon the enemies of gods. There's not many avenues of information that wouldn't be open to you if you convince the right person. I've studied under many people and beings that have come and gone in my time, but no better tutor is there than a god themselves.
So I should consult with a deity on how to find these answers, or this individual?
Any being that has the ability to control memories, as you must understand, should be admired and probably respected greatly.
I fear they're using that ability for their own personal gain.
Not everything in the Feywild is good or bad. Some are just indifferent. Don't spend your time fighting a cause that would do no one no harm.
It does do people harm, Sibilna.
Then if you believe that to be true, chase it.
I will.
You know better than I of the things that you experienced.
And I stand up and sort of nod a cheers and a thank you, and I'll see you before you leave in the morning.
Archie, something tells me that you're not done meddling with magics beyond your ability. We shall see each other again, I am sure.
Until then.
Good night.
At
She,
some point during the
What?
Was that
I was
one?
gonna say, at some point during the festivities of the night, I also seek out Sibyllia.
She's like, oh, come. She's like had a bit to drink now at this point. She pats the seat next to her. You!
So, so with all this talk of like world-ending madness, destruction,
Yes.
I'd like to dial back the odds a little bit, if I may, to
Sure.
something very personal. Well, not very personal, but just like a small favor.
If I had sinned within my power, I do not see why I couldn't help.
I've lost touch with my people, and I yearn to join them one day. But we met or crossed paths with an individual who had also lost someone during our time here. And I don't know if you can help, but if you could find it within your busy schedule to find or reunite Hurley with Burley.
Alright. The names.
Burley being a member of the carnival. He'd lost his brother along the way, and it stuck with me that a small favor that you could do is just reunite them, because we said we'd do our best, and we never caught sight of any Hurley.
Leave it with me as a commitment from an archfey that I shall find him and I shall reunite them. And she emanates this bright light from her hand as it coalesces and it begins to swirl around, and she launches it into the air. As it flies up, it seems to orientate itself for a second, and you just see it start to like travel. And she says, "It will be done."
Thank you. I
Is
know
there
it's
anything else?
small in the scheme of things, but that can make two people happy amongst all the madness that might still come.
2 lives is still 2 good lives.
One other small thing.
Yes, Rafe.
Could you look at this? And I
Nice dick.
Power move.
you always ask for a small favor first, because then they're more inclined to go for the next one. I pull out the sigil, and I ask for some insight around what it would take to get that sigil, to decipher it in a way that could re-enable flight for my people.
I think you know that asking me this is asking me to meddle in an affairs of a world which I should not meddle with. But in this one instance, I think we may yet have need of this particular rule being broken. She again pulls out a sort of dust as she flattens it out in her hand, and you see her using sort of her magic to begin to extend it out, and a parchment begins to be created out of this powder as she stretches it out, and she begins to write out some writing. And as you see it before you, you understand for the first time the translation between the magic that you've seen here and the magic in Trankarsia. And somehow the missing link was this connection into the Feywild that allowed you to sort of translate one into the other, that filled that connection for you as you take all of, it's like learning algebra in high school. It's like you remember kind of, it's like, oh, that's definitely like a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's
We just chat GPT'd it, like explain it like I'm 5.
And Zabilna just laid it out
I'm
for
an
you,
idiot.
and it's exactly the code you needed to fix that last piece
I'm
of
such a moron.
And you know now that given enough time and the right people from your camp, you'll probably be able to get the ship off the ground.
Thank you, Zabilna.
It is the least.
You've helped our people possibly travel home one day. Possibly go to the skies where we, for eons.
There is
have
many
operated.
worlds beyond the globe that you find yourself born on.
Like a multiverse.
Some would say, I think you best ask Finry about that if you want anybody to give you the TLDR. Is there anything else, Rafe?
While we're at it,
Did you want to submit your list? I can have my people reach out to your people.
I've been a good boy this year.
I've been a good kitty.
I would like a ball of yarn, some catnip, an everlasting skin of goat's milk.
There's a curdle in there or not?
No, it doesn't curdle. A scratching post that doesn't deteriorate.
Hey, listen, let's not break the laws of physics, shall we? Those things are supposed to only last for a week at a time. And it's as you guys sort of wrap up the evening that Zabilna eventually calls you all outside. It's this moment where she takes you away from the rest of the party, and it's a beautiful evening. The stars are shining bright, and she says to you, "You know, it's been many years since I can remember the Feywild actually enjoying its night. It feels like I've been stuck in a perpetual glow of evening for many, many years. But I wanted to share this with you, and if you like, I think this would be a good chance to say goodbye to your friend and to at least remember them and commemorate them on this day."
You're literally thinking the exact same thought that I had, Zabilna. Question, DM, did Harm's journal burn away as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Good shot that it was so tied with his work with Anubis.
Okay. But yes, no, I was actually thinking the same thing. I was gonna, and I'll pull out the rest of the ashes that I've got. Did you guys want to say something first? You've known him longer than I did.
I step forward, just very slowly, one step forward. Without looking at anyone, just looking basically at the ground. Harm, you were always a friend. You're an enigma. You're a puzzle that I could never quite understand or figure out. I found you very interesting. And I'm sad to see you go, Harm. I would have liked to have unraveled that mystery, that puzzle further. I'm sure we'll meet again some point, under the eye of Anubis, or wherever the fates take us. I'll take a step back.
You see her wipe a tear. Anyone?
I take a small out of the ashes. I say, you went out in an absolute blaze of glory in service of your God. And it seems really fitting. And sad that you won't be on this journey with us. You won't come fly with us eventually. But maybe you get to fly a little bit now. And so scatter him to the wind, but keep a small amount that I'd put in a small thimble-y type jar. Just as a keepsake and a reminder.
No. She looks at you, Henry.
I'll hold my hand with the ash in it. You tried to kill me when we first met. Not that you could have, but you tried to, like a lot of people do. But then you didn't, and we became kind of friends, like not quite frenemies. But then it kind of opened my eyes to what it means to be part of a group, like have friends, be part of a found family. And yeah, then you converted me to Anubis. I didn't see that happening. I know you'll be worried about the party with what they have to face still. But I'll do what I can to keep an eye on them. And if I can figure out how to talk to the other Finry if the party sees him, I'll make sure he's not a dick. And if I can, I'll just give him like a mental kick in the nuts for you. But I'll miss you, my friends. I think we've done some pretty cool stuff together, and we'll always be Anubis bros. And I open my hand up as the wind slowly takes the ash off. Also, you guys ate him. He was in the dinner.
What? Henry, that's fucking disgusting.
It's just ash. He's not part of you.
You see Archie's like,
You can see Isabella just use magic like on her own stomach. She's just like extract the pieces.
Just shits herself.
I don't know about you guys. I thought it tasted fucking amazing.
I know, right? That was worth it. That was worth the journey and almost dying many times, and then actually dying and being brought back many times.
I think hum was the additional ingredient that just took it over the edge.
That was the Michelin star that it earned.
It's like the truffle that you shave clear over the top. Dust. It's so bad.
Zavilna now, as you guys, the whole party collected, she says, "Thank you so much for that. I'm so glad we got to honor him in this moment. The one last gift I can give you is your ride back to Trankarsia. I can give it to you whenever you want, but just know that time is of the essence. Say your goodbyes, and if you want, I can take you back there. That includes you, Finry. You must decide for yourself which side you want to stay on."
Zabilna, time is of the essence, and I've heard many times that time works a little bit differently in the Feywild. When you send us back, where we will end up is one question, but when will we end up?
I have some insight, and I'll prepare you for it because it's in your best interest. But in your absence, Anubis has had, Grignell has had time. I think Grignell has spent at least 4 years, if not more, preparing while you've been gone.
Been gone for 4 years?
As my best guess is, I have a gap in my memory and it's making it hard, but that is what best I have been able to guess at this stage.
Can you send us back to 4 years ago?
I cannot I have not got control of time. I just understand how it passes between our worlds. You must know that your enemies have gotten stronger, but I trust that the Feywild has made you stronger as well.
Like, I think it has, but I think we all know what waits for us on the other side of wherever you send us. And I ask again, you told me to come back to you before we leave. Is there any other aid or guidance you can give us once we get there, or prior to make that next challenge before us more achievable?
I say, don't leave anything on the table. You will be given opportunities to engage with beings that have a stake in this war. There'll be those that offer risk, but we are about to fight a war for the future of this world. All I can give you is a piece of advice, and that is to know when to risk it all to beat a being that is so powerful that they could destroy it all.
I hear what you're saying.
It wouldn't be a gift from a Fae without a riddle, wouldn't it?
No, but I understand what you're saying. When the time is right, put all the chips on the table.
I think Dave sums it up really well there. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Sibilna, I have a question.
Another one, Harm. That's
Might become a request.
Feel free.
Yeah, just give an inch, take a mile. Finry, if he chooses to stay,
Yes.
can he have a delayed ticket that he could invoke at his own free will and be bounced to us wherever, whenever his choosing?
I was actually going to ask if there was a way that I could. Well, you know how things are with. Well, you probably know what I've been through, what I'm aware of now, and all of the other Finries and stuff. Is there a way that I can be here, but also with the party?
Finry, you tell me, have you felt other presences in your mind?
So many, and Jesus Christ.
A pretty common occurrence in the party.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was the filthy one. You should hear some of the things that happened to the other Finries.
Finry, I think of all of the beings that I have come across, somehow you have a finger in every pie. You seem to be connected through all of your lives, and I have a feeling that if you learn to control whatever gift you've been given, my ability to get you to another place will be quite inferior to your own.
Well, I mean, you guys do have another Finry. I don't know what's happened with him. I haven't heard anything from him for a while. The last time.
Oh, go ahead.
The last time I sensed anything was during that battle with Gragnell. He was fighting like some cultists or something, but I haven't felt anything since then. I don't know what you're going back to.
It can't be good. We know it's not good.
This war will be felt on every plane, and yours will be no different. You will walk back into turmoil, the likes of which I cannot prepare you for.
So that's a no on the Bamfing Stone thing? That,
All right,
I pull out from my pouch one of my last remaining 2 weasel keys.
Oof.
I say, Rafe, this is a ticket out of here. This is a ticket back to where we first met. Finry. We met the other Finry at the same time we got this key.
That was down in Nandar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
How
We
did
could
you
go
know
back to that?
I know way too much right now. I'm surprised my brain hasn't melted.
And I hand it over to Finry and say, if you feel like the time is right to come and join us once more, all you need to do is take this and draw a door, and that door will take you back to where it all began.
You can get an Uber chariot from wherever you start to wherever we are.
Oh,
And I'll tell you what,
that's
I will keep you updated with where we're at. I can still do some crazy things and talk to you in your brain no matter where you are. So I'll keep you updated on where we're at. And if we need you, if we need that frying pan, that breadstick of yours, I'll let you know.
that's good, because with this fate of all the planes of reality, well, if you guys are going, who's going to help take care of the Feywild? I
So
mean,
Bill No goes, I'm still here.
yeah. You were trapped in a thing for a while.
No, I'm free.
And
Someone did it once, they could do it again.
and
Oh, powerful, my ass.
now that Harm's not around, someone's got to spread the good word of Anubis.
I think we'll all be on Anubis' side in this war we're returning into.
It's a bit hard to deny what we saw.
I'll work on my connections, and then who knows, I might not even need the key. Maybe I'll be a god. There's an idea. Anyway.
I
swear,
cannot make
Finry-
Henry in this universe. It's just, it would make too much just that I couldn't undo.
Finry, if you show up without any of that Wagyu jerky, then I will yeet
I
you so
don't know
hard
how
far
good-
back into the...
Okay, no. Okay, so just from a chef's standpoint, I don't know how good Wagyu jerky would be, considering jerky is generally tough and, a little bit chewy and stuff. That's part of the charm of it. Wagyu, on the other hand, is soft and it melts in your mouth. How do you...
You are a chef
Unless-
extraordinaire.
what if-
Work it out.
What if...
Thanks, no flip cat.
What if then... Oh, that actually might work. Okay, all right. I will figure out a way, and I'll bring some Wagyu jerky.
Isabella,
Maybe with no harm ash.
Yes.
Harm ash.
That's the best bit.
If you get harm and ash mashed together, does that just make it hash?
I think that's a different
Just-
thing.
Wasn't gonna go there. I mean, I know a
Just
unicorn
cute.
who knows a unicorn. So-
It's cured in
Zabilna, we came into the Feywild to find you and bring you back to Madrick. What proof do we have? If we send us back and we find him again, is he going to be alive? And what?
Well, listen. The sad truth is that he has not made it in the years that you have been here.
We're too late.
But there was a brief moment as I was freed that I was able to speak to him. He was able to die knowing that I was not lost and that he died happy knowing that I was okay.
Well,
I hope that gives you some peace.
I mean,
Did
do
he
you guys
leave a
still get
will?
paid for that, or?
The way that he sort of expressed it was that since you guys have been gone, there was sort of a battle on top of his home. It seems that all of his possessions were destroyed.
I mean, we take checks.
Yeah,
Cash
he did.
advances.
He was about to sign it, which is really funny that you say that, and then he passed away, which is really unfortunate given the circumstances.
that's a shame.
Please,
I feel like
give
we've
me
just
some-
been scammed for a whole fucking year.
It's a long con.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. I think as a result of you guys, at least as a reward for this whole adventure, the eating of what has to be one of the most miraculous meals in the world grants each of you access to a feat of your choosing.
Woohoo!
So not a level, but you at least get a feat to play with, which should be.
Does the other Finry get that?
Yeah, you're fine. You can pay it forward, just as everybody else in the party will also get it. That was not here tonight. The next one I'll be really mean, but this one I'm still being nice to you.
Because you took all that reward away.
Hey, listen, the feats are pretty good, and you guys got like 3 levels out of this.
The DM giveth and the DM taketh away.
The Feywild has given you so much.
The DM can be a dick sometimes, by the
We
way.
got
You're
high.
just like carrying
we
your
got high
bag
with
of
the
gold out with
unicorn.
you. Yeah. I gave you your childhood back, damn it.
Well, are you guys going right now, or one last hurrah and leave probably in the afternoon because we're probably gonna get pretty fucking shit faced?
I think that's only natural, only fair.
Yeah, what's another couple of months in a war-torn country?
Months?
Wait! It's months. Wait, we can't just have one night where the time doesn't dilate like that.
I'm afraid not. You don't understand how time works, right?
No, but
Maybe we do need to go
Marches ever
now.
onwards.
Rafe, maybe we need to...
It's interstellar meme here.
Yeah.
It's been 11 years.
But how?
Each minute in the Feywild costs us 6 years at home.
Okay. Well, I wasn't really. Okay.
What will you do here, Finry?
Well, I'll work. I'll protect the Feywilds. I'll work on restoring the connections. Work on getting the power that when you guys need it, I can get to you guys, or even just channel myself through the other Finry so that I can help you guys. Like, I mean,
Build a temple to Anubis.
that could work. Yeah.
A healing temple with a statue of Harm out the front.
First, do no harm.
Be Anubis' disciple.
Can we leave you with one...
Give him foothold.
Can we leave you with a particular task that may come in handy? Now, time works differently here, we know that, so it may not work in our favour, but it's worth a shot. Can you spend some time? I think what Rafe suggested in building a temple to Anubis is it's not a bad idea, but then can you use that to amass some kind of army?
Yeah, I can do my best. I mean,
Should we need it, we'll
pretty
call
good.
on it.
I mean, just want to say I'm a pretty good commander. I mean, I've heard of other Fenris who aren't as good as leaders as I am. So I could definitely do that. I might even see about working in a crossing or something so I can get there a bit faster. Actually, this key might come in handy for that. And Greg Nell seemed pretty interested in me. I don't know why. I mean, I get why he'd be interested in me, but I also want to make sure that there's no lingering effects of him here.
Yes, I agree. Cleanse this place, build an army, and when we need it, we'll call on it.
Fey army.
I hear you know a few
Fenris
trees
Fey
are quite
army.
capable, and some frogs.
Yes. Fenris Fey
Harm's
army.
heroes.
FFA.
Hero.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see if it works. Like if I can alliterate it pretty good.
You can workshop it. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I'll workshop it. Like
Don't spend too long workshopping it.
Well, no. Beauty of
Start
it is
small.
time moves faster over there, so I can take as long as I want. I mean,
Yeah,
we've only been together for like a couple of months, but it's 4 years over there, so
That's the
I mean,
problem.
who knows?
You need to.
I could go to sleep, and then the battle could be over tomorrow.
That's what I understand. So you need to work 4 times as fast.
Start small. Go with a shrine.
Have you thought about
Shrine to
sleeping?
Anubis. Then an outpost. Then a temple.
Start small, but move quickly. Like, do the
Then
things.
turn it into the Crusades.
Yeah, build the army.
Yes, let's go get those filthy fucking heathens.
We've lost a
Jeez.
DM.
We lost the DM. Free reign! I go and I punch Gragnell right in his
Stop,
mean-faced
stop.
dick.
Stop. Bad Henry. Bad.
But anyway, listen. When you find the other Finnery, don't be too hard on him, okay?
Well, it was my parting promise with Harm that I would essentially try to kill him.
Just for leaving you guys? It's not like he betrayed you. It's not like he killed one of your own. Just saying. You guys gave me a second chance.
It'll be a tough one.
I have to say it is probably time if there ever was one.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. You, like I said, fate is in your hands. You can stay or you can go, but it's up to you. No, today does not have to be goodbye.
Rafe, we need to
No,
go.
see you next time.
Every day here is 4 or more back where things are happening. We need to go now.
This has just appeared on a subreddit called "They Did the Math."
Well,
What about our friends who are
very
enjoying
quiet at the moment.
festivities so
You
much?
mean?
Oh,
There they
Gloria-
come! What a convenient entrance! Oh, they're too far to speak in the scene, but close enough to be here when the portal opens.
I'll, well, bye, Flint and Gloria.
Bye.
Well, shit. I don't even
Flint
know.
turns to you like with his gun loaded, like, "Don't forget to shoot your shot, Finry," and then walks into the portal.
So we're doing this.
We have to, Rafe.
That's gotta. But jeez, I don't know which would be to start with. I just Rafe, as the other furry in the group, I want to say that I know we don't talk a lot, but you never struck me as too much of a talker. Your actions speak more than your words.
I like to hit things and poke them with sharp things.
I know, that's what why I really respected you, because I also like to poke things and smack things with my fry pan.
But you are an artist with that food.
Hey, if you want, and I'll reach into my satchel and I'll pass a couple of recipes, especially one of them just titled Pocket Bacon. And it's got lists of like how to have pocket bacon, but have it so that the lint never gets stuck to it. That's why it was always so good. It's a secret recipe. I'll miss you, Rafe, and I'll give him a hug.
It's not a complete goodbye, Finry.
No, it's a see you later, alligator.
See you at the Chili Weasel.
Is it a sex pub? It sounds like it should be a sex pub.
You guys don't know what's happened in the last 5 years.
It's been 4 years.
I don't think we've used those keys maybe once.
Yeah, you've been heading away from it predominantly, but now it's going to be useful.
And Archie the Chad,
Henry.
you get what it's like to have more than one of you in your head at the same time.
I really do.
You're really weird, and I know you framed me for a murder at one point.
I
You made me
did?
think that I killed someone. Yeah, you did. This was like before you were you. This is like another one of you did this.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. It's like
Forgive and forget?
literally, yeah. Essentially, it really doesn't matter in the long run.
What's the matter among friends?
Exactly. I'll miss you because we're like the same height. Well, at least when you had your top hat on.
It's true. I'm very small.
You're wiser than you think you are. like listen to your conscience, listen to the little, and I'll brush the cricket that's on your shoulder. Just listen to your conscience. More, you seem more whole than when you first came here, which is a bonus. And maybe just kick the other Finry in the dick, but you don't have to kill him. Be like, hey, dude, dick move, and then kick him in the dick.
Yeah. Yeah, I could start with that. That could work.
No, Jesus, no. You don't have to, because remember, I'll be able to. I'll know what you do. Bless you, Rafe. It's weird when cats sneeze. There's a weird face. It's so weird. Listen, I'm gonna trust you guys with this item. Please just give it to him. Don't just keep it for yourselves. And I'll know. And I'll fucking haunt you. All the way from the Feywild.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends. And so the other one is also me. Just a different type of me.
I think I understand what you're saying, Finry. You're the
It'll
same
help you.
person. To a degree.
The same person.
We've got that.
Kick you in the dick?
No.
Does it
See, no.
transfer?
I never
That's where
betrayed
it's
you
different.
guys. Yeah, that's where it's different. No. Yes, kick him in the dick. Don't kick me in the dick. No, I know.
So would you
Like-
feel it if we did kick him in the dick?
You know what? I'm already feeling it. Just discussing it, I'm already feeling it, and it's not very pleasant. So maybe just kick him in the dick.
We'll start with that and see how we go.
A day from now, Finry's walking along all of a sudden. Doubles over.
But yeah, and I'll take off my gloves of thieving.
Hmm.
Give these to the
That's
other
exactly
Finry.
what I was worried about. Is that,
Give these to the other Finry. Okay, no. This is the Fey promise. You know these has consequences.
This is only because I gave you a weasel key. Yes?
100%. But this is for the other Finry, though.
Hmm. I'll
Yes.
hold on to it for the Finry.
And give it to him when you see him. And then, perfect plan. Hold him out so he can take them off you. And then when his guard's down, kick him in the dick. There you go. Yeah?
Yeah, I can see that could
Yeah.
work. That could work.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the plan. This is Fey promise, okay?
Right,
Remember the rules.
Finry.
Pick up the glove, you slap him across the face with it,
Yep.
declare a duel, Rochambeau him.
Yep.
Okay.
Finry, I promise I will give him the gloves.
And I'll hold them out. Oh, sorry, I just burped really bad. Sorry, that's Stu just repeating on me a little bit. Oh no, that's tastes like harm.
Bit ashy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I take the gloves and I put them in the bag of holding.
nice.
And
But and also I'll miss you. I'll miss you both. I'll miss the cows.
you are a cow, Finry. Never forget it.
I came up with the name, so yeah. Anyway.
And I pull out of my bag another small metal cow that had been built. A bit of wind up cow. I was like, just
Nice.
have this as a law of reciprocation. And don't forget us.
I will never forget you guys.
And always listen out for the call for when you're needed.
Moo.
That's the one.
I'll
Right, really,
I'll
let's
give-
go right now.
I'll give Hector a hug, and then I'll grab Rafe, and I'll get big group hug.
You just hear people from the other side
Yeah.
of the portal going, "Oh my god!"
Rafe, let's go.
Yeah.
Bye,
One,
guys.
2, 3.
Whee!
Because you guys that's when you're in the webcam, you go, and boom, you land back on Trankarsian soil. Now, as we zoom out from where you are, we go into a bird's eye view of the Trankarsia as a whole. As you look down and you approach it from Nandar, you start to see something that you hadn't seen for a long time. But you fly over and watch as the dwarves mobilize. As you fly across, you fly to Gelneed, and there you see, returning to form, the orcs are marching upon Nandar once again. As you fly north to Dramesh, where once Krago stood, a small independent city, now blocks trade from the north and southern parts of the continent. Krago, now a city-state, not just a city anymore. Whatever powers it has unearthed has spread it far beyond its reaches that you saw when you were last here. In the midst of it, as we get closer, you begin to see the city that you saw before.
It's harm repeating on you.
Sorry. The party sees this sort of group of people walking past. You see the armless cultists, and you see all sorts of other creatures, as you realize that Krago has not been playing fair. Jesus, something's trying to kill me. And as we finish tonight's session, the last thing we'll see is as you zoom out and further in and in and in, you get to a patch of dirt, a grassland, if you will, a little tuft of grass sticking out, as you see a decayed and decrepit hand strike out of the soil, grasping onto the ground above the soil. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Where are we? Where did we live? Do we know?
You'll find out.
Welcome to Krago, bitches!
Sorry if we had a bit of a sad one, guys, but it was pretty amazing.
That is a kick in the dick for sure.
That's
heavy, man.
Was that a decayed and necrotic hand
Yes.
arm reaches out from the soil?
Palm is reborn.
Hey man, the whole city of Krago is run by friggin' cultists of Gragnell. I mean, if you guys want to know what's been happening in the past 4 years, go read the Finnery files on our Patreon. I swear I didn't half-ass any of them, and holy shit, it gets dark.
And with that, tonight's session is at an end. It's a bit of a shorter one, but we wanted to get us into the right space for the rest of the campaign. Now we are going into a sort of the last arc of this particular campaign. We're going to have a total of 12 sessions if all goes well. The time is ticking, the war is going, and the party has some objectives that we'll share with you all next week to try and win this war against Gragnell. So I hope everybody's excited. It won't be next week. It'll probably be the week after at this stage. We'll see some Candlekeep next week, maybe, Jez?
That's the plan at this stage, yeah. Carry on with a bit of Sarah of Yellowcrest and Manor, see where the party goes.
We're going to the winery. We spent the entire fucking last session in the manor for no reason.
Yeah, we hope you join us for that then. Otherwise, we'll see you again next time. And a last shout out to Behold Games, who have been an amazing sponsor and continue to deliver some amazing gear at great prices from an Aussie shop. So please support them if you need any of your gaming supplies. Otherwise, a big good night from all of us here at Raging Rolls, and I hope you all have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.